Okay, so let's do program number 4. It's going to be the last program of the first class. A couple common errors to watch out for. Uppercase versus lowercase. Remember, there is a big difference. Make sure you always have a semicolon at the end of each command line that you're doing. You'll get that little curly underline in red if you don't do that. Make sure that a variable is only defined once if you're using it, and make sure you only use variables after you have defined them. If you don't define a variable and use it in your program, it's going to be an error. And be careful with the curly braces. We haven't really gotten into using different curly braces yet, but make sure you don't delete any of the ones that are there. All right, so final program we're going to do. We're going to calculate the perimeter of a square. So we're going to do an integer variable that we're going to call side. Another integer variable we're going to call perimeter. We're going to put a value of 5 for the side. We're going to do some math. We're going to calculate perimeter is going to be equal to 4 times side. And then we're going to output the value of side. We're going to output the value of perimeter. Then we're going to run it. Okay? Then we're going to change that value of the side to 10, run it again. All right, so let's go through all this. We're going to go pretty fast. See what it looks like. So let's make a new program. Let's save my old program first. Make a new project. Console app. I already have defined where it's going to be stored. This is called program 4 perimeter. Create that. At the top, we're going to put in our header information. Program 4 per perimeter. Make this bigger. Week 1. Let's shrink this down. And then everything goes in here. So you need to define our variables first. It's the first thing we're always going to do. So we have an integer variable called side. We have an integer variable called perimeter. So I'm just going to put a comment in here. This is where we're going to say side is going to be equal to 5. And then perimeter I'll show you something here. Equals 4 times side. Now you can see how this is underlined here in red because this is not a variable that exists right now because I spelled this wrong. I spell it right, and everything is okay. Things match up. Okay, so it's very good at, the software is very good at fixing your mistakes for you. I'm just going to put a comment here. Call it math for perimeter. And we're going to call this output to screen. Console right line. So we want a right side. And then console right line. Perimeter. And then console read line just to hold up the screen. All right, so I don't have anything complaining. I don't see any green, any red. Got a couple comments in there. So what this should do now, I define my variables. I set a value of 5 for the side. I do some math. I say 4 times that should give me the perimeter. I'm going to write the value of the side, the value of the perimeter, and then wait on the screen. So I should get 5 and then 20 displaying on the screen. 5 and 20. Nice. And then it says change this to a 10. So now I should get 10 and 40 displaying on the screen. 10 and 40. All right, so let's do this. Let's put this here. Take a screenshot of this. And I am done. Now, to package this all up, I'm going to say, I need to stop this program first. Stop program. Save all. I'm going to bring up my Word file. I'm just going to put some text in here. I'm just going to say hello world. My name. we go. That's my 4 programs in a Word document. I'm going to save that. That is saved because I did it on OneDrive. Close that. I'm good there. And that is it. So that is it. That is the completed first assignment. All right, so that's good. So now I'll show you how to submit that on Blackboard and then how that actually gets graded. I'll go through the rubric of how that gets graded for you. Okay, that is it for assignment number 1.